Acid, base and salt. Topics to be covered. Definition of acid, base, alkali and salt. Ions present in acid, base and salt. Properties and reactions of acid and alkali. Preparation of salt. pH scale. Definitions. Acid, compound which when dissolved in water furnishes hydronium ion as the only positive ion. Base, metal oxide or hydroxide. Alkali, compound which when dissolved in water furnishes hydroxyl ion OH negative as the only negative ion. Salt, compound which contains positive ion other than hydrogen ion and contains negative ion other than oxide or hydroxide. Properties and reactions of acid. Reacts with metal carbonate and bicarbonate to liberate carbon dioxide. Reacts with metal sulfite to liberate sulfur dioxide. Reacts with metal sulfide to liberate hydrogen sulfide. Reacts with metal to liberate hydrogen. Reacts with base or alkali to form salt and water. Sulfuric acid reacts with barium chloride solution and lead nitrate solution to precipitate insoluble barium sulfate and lead sulfate respectively. Hydrochloric acid reacts with AgNO3 solution and lead nitrate solution to precipitate insoluble AgCl and PbCl2 respectively. Reactions of carbonate and acid. Acid reacts with carbonate and bicarbonate to liberate carbon dioxide, which turns lime water milky but has no effect on potassium dichromate vapor. Sodium carbonate reacts with sulfuric acid to produce sodium sulfate, carbon dioxide and water. Similarly, KHCO3 reacts with HNO3, ZnCO3 reacts with HCl, PbCO3 reacts with HNO3 to give similar observations. Observation: brisk effervescence. A colorless gas is liberated which turns lime water milky but has no effect on potassium dichromate vapor. Reactions of sulfite and acid. Acid reacts with sulfite to liberate sulfur dioxide, which turns orange potassium dichromate vapor green and pink KMNO4 vapor white. Na2SO3 reacts with sulfuric acid to produce Na2SO4 plus sulfur dioxide plus water. Similarly, K2SO3 reacts with HNO3, ZnSO3 reacts with HCl, MgSO3 reacts with HNO3, CuSO3 reacts with H2SO4 to give similar observation. Observation: brisk effervescence. A colorless gas with smell of burning sulfur is liberated, which turns orange potassium dichromate vapor green and pink KMNO4 vapor white. Reactions of sulfite and acid. Acid reacts with sulfite to liberate H2S, which has rutin X smell and turns lead acetate vapor black. Na2S reacts with H2SO4 to produce Na2SO4 and H2S. Similarly, CaS reacts with nitric acid, ZnS reacts with sulfuric acid, FeS reacts with sulfuric acid, CuS reacts with HCl to give similar observations. Observation: a colorless gas with rutin X smell is liberated, which turns lead acetate vapor black. Reactions of metal and acid. Acid reacts with metal to liberate hydrogen, which extinguishes burning splinter and itself starts burning with a popped sound. Zinc reacts with H2SO4 to produce zinc sulfate and H2. Fe reacts with sulfuric acid. Zinc reacts with HCl. Iron reacts with HCl to give similar such observations. Observation: brisk effervescence, colorless gas, odorless gas given out which burns with a popped sound. Dilute nitric acid does not liberate hydrogen gas when reacted with metal, since it is an oxidizing agent. Reactions of alkali. Reacts with ammonium salt to liberate ammonia. NH4Cl reacts with NaOH to produce NaCl, ammonia and water. NH4Cl reacts with calcium hydroxide to produce calcium chloride, ammonia and water. NH4SO4 reacts with potassium hydroxide to produce potassium sulfate, ammonia and water. Alkali reacts with salt solution to precipitate insoluble hydroxide. FeSO4 reacts with NaOH to produce Na2SO4 and FeOH whole twice precipitate that is dirty green in color. CuSO4 reacts with NaOH to produce Na2SO4 and calcium hydroxide precipitate which is pale blue in color. FeCl3 reacts with NaOH to produce NaCl and FeOH whole thrice precipitate which is reddish brown in color. NH3 is a pungent smelling gas that turns moist red litmus blue and gives dense white fumes with a glass rod dipped in concentrated HCl. Reactions of alkali. Reacts with amphoteric metal, aluminium, zinc or lead, amphoteric oxide Al2O3, zinc oxide or lead oxide and amphoteric hydroxide, aluminium hydroxide, zinc hydroxide or lead hydroxide. Aluminium reacts with NaOH and water to produce NaAlO2 and 3 molecules of hydrogen. Al2O3 reacts with NaOH to produce NaAlO2 and water. Aluminium hydroxide reacts with NaOH to produce NaAlO2 and water. Zinc reacts with NaOH to produce Na2ZNO2 and hydrogen. Zinc oxide reacts with NaOH to produce Na2ZNO2 and water. Zinc hydroxide reacts with NaOH to produce Na2ZNO2 and 2 molecules of water. Methods for the preparation of salt: precipitation, substitution, neutralization, neutralization of insoluble base, and direct combination. Precipitation. Only insoluble salts are prepared by this method. PbCl2, PbSO4, PbCO3, CuCO3, ZnCO3. Lead nitrate reacts with HCl to produce PbCl2 and HNO3. Lead nitrate reacts with Na2CO3 to produce lead carbonate and NaNO3. Substitution. Salt prepared by the reaction of metal and acid ZnCl2, ZnSO4, FeCl2, FeSO4. Neutralization. Reaction of acid and alkali NaCl, Na2SO4, NaNO3, KCl, K2SO4, KNO3, NH4Cl, NH4NO3, NH42SO4. Neutralization of insoluble base. Reaction of acid and insoluble base. PbNO3 whole twice, CuCl2, CuSO4. Lead oxide reacts with HNO3 to produce lead nitrate and water Copper oxide reacts with sulfuric acid to produce copper sulfate and water. Direct combination FeS FeCl3. Iron reacts with sulfur to produce FeS. Iron reacts with chlorine to produce iron chloride. Preparation of salt. All salt cannot be prepared by same method. Some salts are water insoluble. They are prepared by the method of precipitation. Some salts react with acid to liberate hydrogen gas. Their salts are prepared by displacement reaction. Alkali, NaOH, KOH, NH4OH reacts with acid to form salt and water. Hence, all sodium salt, potassium salt and ammonium salt are prepared by neutralization reaction. Copper has no reaction with dilute acid, and copper hydroxide is not an alkali but an insoluble base. Hence, copper salts are prepared by neutralization of insoluble base. pH scale. pH scale is a scale based on hydrogen ion concentration of a solution and is used to specify if a solution is acidic, alkaline or neutral. Hydrogen ion concentration is equal to OH minus ion concentration, neutral. Hydrogen ion concentration is greater than OH minus ion concentration, acidic. Hydrogen ion concentration is less than OH minus ion concentration, alkaline. Neutral solution pH 7, acid acidic solution pH less than 7, alkali basic solution pH more than 7. Universal indicator produces different colors at different pH value. pH 1 to 6 is acidic, pH 8 to 14 is basic. Acidic character increases from pH 6 to pH 1, basic character increases from pH 8 to pH 14. Indicators: litmus paper, it is red in acid solution and blue in alkaline solution. Methyl orange is pink in acid solution and yellow in alkaline solution. Phenolphthalein is colorless in acid solution and pink in alkaline solution. Types of salt. Normal salt has no replaceable hydrogen atom. Example: KNO3, NaCl, CuSO4. Acid salt has replaceable hydrogen atom formed by partial neutralization of acid. Example: NaHSO4, KHSO4, NaHCO3. Basic salt has hydroxide and another acid radical. Example: CuOHCl.